Welcome back. You know, our very own Pat McMahon is a staple in Arizona, so it doesn't amaze us on who he knows and wants you to know. And Pat McMahon's Let Me Introduce You To.
You know, most of the time when you go to a pharmacy, you wind up standing outside a big plate glass, and then a guy standing on a box or something like that talks to you about whatever your prescription needs are. Not here. Not at the Camelback pharmacy, operated by pharmacist Dennis Myers. And the difference between this pharmacy and the ones at the big drugstore chains is?
Well, we're a compounding pharmacy.
What does that mean?
A compounding pharmacy makes things specifically for the patient's needs. Everything is tailored just to that patient. We have many different dosage forms, strengths. We even flavor things. We have capsules that we make ourselves in case the dose isn't available. We have creams, ointments, transdermal things, which are very important for patients that might not be able to swallow something. You can actually simply rub it on their wrist and it's absorbed that way. We have one of my favorite stories is about a parrot that we've had for many, many years. We flavor it with pina colada. Seems to be the favorite for the parrot.
I'm going to have to shop here more often.
Yes.
Because we're talking about then something, again, called a compounding pharmacy. And you know what? It almost sounds like another era, another time in history when things were made on a personal basis for each individual need. Is it the same?
Oh, that's what happened. Originally, pharmacists made everything. They measured out the powders, then the pharmaceutical companies came in and mass-produced things. You know, it kind of went by the wayside, but there's always been a need for it. And something I wanted to do was just specialize in it and try to do the very best I could so we don't do the other things. We're not distracted by the regular pharmaceutical business. We just do compounding only.
When I first met you, you were running Camelback Pharmacy here at 44th and Camelback as a drugstore. And all those big name products, those international labels were available here. What made you decide to do something as specialized?
Well, the pressures of the large pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies just kept squeezing us and squeezing us. We were doing a little bit of compounding, but that's what I enjoyed the most. At one time, a large pharmaceutical chain came to me, a drugstore, and wanted to buy my business. And I said, well, I'll do it if I can stay here and do my compounding, which is the part of it that I love. It allows me to work on the prescriptions, deal with the customers more rather than fighting the insurance companies, trying to get things paid for, and it worked out beautifully.
Are your products a lot more expensive than the ones with the big labels?
No, it turns out that they really aren't. You'd think so. And I mean, certain things, we take a lot of time to make a capsule, so we can't compete with somebody that's making millions. But usually, most of the prescriptions are from $30 to $50 for a month's supply for something
Really?
specially made for them. Generally not covered by insurance, but it can be. If your insurance company covers it, we can give you a form to submit to them.
But give me a specific, Dennis, of why it is that I would come to a compound pharmacy and ask a compounding pharmacist like you for something just for me.
Well, because the dosage might be different. You might not be able to, and sometimes prescription medications might not be stable for us to make just the right dose for you. We can flavor it. We can use it, you put it in the topical, as I mentioned before. We also have suppository forms, and it's just for you. And sometimes things aren't made.
And
by a
one
pharmaceutical
size
company.
Doesn't really fit all.
Absolutely,
when
it's
it
just
comes to
as the
pharmacy.
doctor ordered, is like we like to say.
Now listen real quickly, just between the two of us. If I don't like the taste of a product that I get from the big drugstores, could I come in and ask you to make something with the same medicine but that tastes better?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
That's our specialty.
For crying out loud. Custom-made drugs that are legal.
Absolutely.
Camelback Pharmacy, 44th and Camelback. Just ask for Dennis Myers because you saw him on this television broadcast.
Thanks. It's always a pleasure to have you.